How is it Austin Powers starts out? Hello. Alright, no, I'm not gonna do some kind of weird intro. What's up? Yeah, that's right, I'm back after like a month and a half. Hello and welcome back. Sorry for the lack of videos over the past, I don't know, it's been a month and a half. And I have a good excuse. My computer literally pooped all over itself. The computer monitor for my laptop, it does not work. It's just a white screen. I actually had to plug my computer into my TV, HDMI style, to get any kind of response out of it so I could see what was on my computer screen. So that's kind of lame. But I'm not really here to complain or make excuses as to why I haven't made videos lately. So rather than continue to rant on about that, let's just get right into what I want to talk about. No doubt you've noticed from the title, which says he's back, and yes, it's safe to assume that I'm talking about myself in that case. But the other side of the coin in this case is a particular gun in Battlefield 3, which I consider to be back, if you will, if you know what I'm trying to say. Now, there's been a lot of discussion. Actually, previously, the MG36 was basically nerfed to total shit. In one of the, I think it was the last patch that came out, the one that fixed the M26 mass and all that stuff. They took away extended mags. They basically ruined the gun entirely. It had more recoil than all of the other magazine-fed LMGs, and it was really not worth the 5 extra rounds that you got out of it. Being limited to a 50-round magazine just completely pooped on the gun itself, and it was really not worth using. And there's really no way around me being able to say that. It was awful, awful, awful. Now, in the most recent patch, a lot of attention has been drawn, in particular to the M416, and for good reason. I can agree that it's easily the easiest assault rifle to use at this point in the game's life cycle. Attention has also been given to the G36C as well because of its vertical recoil reduction, and I can definitely see how it's become a good weapon as well. And once again, for good reason, attention has been given to the UMP45 and MP5K, and no, I will not call it the M5K, it is the MP5K, just because they didn't name it the right thing. We don't have to all change what we call things now, do we? Both of those guns received close-range buffs, making them very good in close-quarters combat. However, the gun that I am actually the most excited about after this last patch is the return, or the supposed return, as I'm calling it, of the MG36. Now, the MG36, unlike the other guns that are getting a good bit of attention, has not received this extreme overhaul, recoil reduction, damage buff of any kind. There's only two things that have actually changed about the weapon itself. First of all, there's been a slight recoil reduction, and by slight, it's a bigger reduction than it was for the M416, but the fact that it was so incredibly high anyway means the large reduction in perspective is not all that big of a deal, but it's actually down to about where the M249's recoil is now, so it's controllable. It's actually doable now, whereas before it did not even compete against the other belt-fed LMGs in any way whatsoever. It just was not worth it, as I mentioned before. So you've got the slight recoil reduction, but bigger and more importantly, the improvement comes in the form of the return of the extended mags, which buffs your magazine size from 50 to 100, which is just awesome. With it, I think it's a 2.8 second reload now. If you leave a round left in the chamber, and here you're about to see the magic happen. I'm gonna come through this hallway and triple spray. Now, granted, I could have killed more people than that, but just having 100 rounds on tap and a pretty fast reload is it's so nice. It's really, really awesome. And the problem with the MG36 before was that when you limit it to 50 rounds, you can easily replace the MG36 with the RPK, the M27, or the L86 in those when those guns have extended mags, and the fact that you're dealing with so much more recoil on the 36 made it not worth it at all. So the fact that it has 100 rounds is really the saving grace of this weapon at this time. So even though I'm speaking really well about it, and I'm actually really excited, I'm probably going to use nothing but it for the next week or so. Realize that it's not a huge buff, but it is enough to make this gun actually worthwhile again, and that's what's got me excited. That's really what's got me excited. Now, if you're wondering what attachments to use, obviously the extended mags, as I mentioned. The other ones they're just not worth the trouble. You're better off using another belt-fed LMG. And then First of all, it doesn't really need a foregrip, plus the penalty from the foregrip is more than what you really want to pay anyway, so stay away from that. Go with the bipod, it actually really helps. I know a lot of people are just too freaking lazy to even use the bipod, so they just don't put it on. Put the bipod on, okay? Just put it on. Gives you a long range accuracy option. It's really nice to have. The game is more about positioning yourself to shoot enemies in the face than it is like just winning heads-up gunfights. If you're running around to win heads-up gunfights, I'm gonna go ahead and say that you're probably not playing the game right, but that's just my opinion. Now granted, in order to really take advantage of this gun, you actually have to be able to aim, and I know that seems sort of, well duh, you gotta be able to aim to play anyway. No, I mean you have to actually be pretty precise, and I'm not like saying it's some kind of extraordinary skill weapon, but it does have more recoil than most of the other guns you're going to be using, especially since everyone just runs around with assault rifles these days anyway. That's why I think the bipod is a really good option, because if you can get on target, it just helps you stay on target so incredibly well. I'm not going to say it's dandy, because you guys know I sort of commentate in a similar style to the Russian Badger, and I'm trying to avoid that these days. And I say these days as if I've uploaded lately, and I just haven't. And so, that's sort of my conclusion on the MG36. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You guys know I think it's awesome. There's a few other things I need to be talking about, though. Obviously, there's a lot of games coming out this fall. I'm probably going to pick up Halo 4, and I'm not going to pick up Medal of Honor because the last game was total shit. And there's a couple other things coming out. Black Ops 2 I am going to get. However, the new and upcoming one, the one that's going to come out really soon is Borderlands 2. And I might just have 4 people to play through the game with me that all have mics, so conceivably, if I can find a way to record everyone's voices, I would really, really like to, even though I absolutely do not have the time, I would really like to do a 4-player playthrough of full voice chat of that game. And I do believe there's going to be multiple playthroughs, like there was in the last one. You play through 1, play through 2. And I would like to do at least the first playthrough with a 4-man team chat thing, and just, because I think that would be awesome. I watched one of those for Borderlands 1, and I really, really liked it. Plus, it kind of helped my channel grow, and you guys know I'm not any kind of view whore, so I don't really have a problem with it. But that's my plan. I'm not making any promises, but that's my plan. I really want to get a video series, if you will, put on my channel for Borderlands 2, so please go ahead and give me some encouragement for that, because I may need it in order to pull this thing off, because I don't have a lot of spare time. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the obvious lack of videos here lately. Thank you to all the people that have subscribed to me since I last uploaded. The fact that you're even here watching this video now is pretty impressive, so thanks a lot for that. Please do give this video a like if you have time, and enjoy the bonus clip, which is essentially, I almost forgot to explain it, the bonus clip is, it's not impressive. It's simply me assaulting an MCOM on Rush with the MG36 without even getting close to the MCOM at all. I know that sounds kind of strange and it's not all that impressive, but that's all I got for you. So have a nice day, and I will see you guys next time.